Hi, everyone. We have a great show today. We have Graeme Moore, who's the owner of the Moore Company and Soda City Rentals, and we get into all things sales brokerage. We talk about the property management company, some of the student development stuff that he has, and then we talk about what it's looked like from him, his father going from being in real estate and then opening his own place and what that looks like. So I hope you enjoy.
This episode is brought to you by our sponsor, Warren and Dillon, the Midland's trusted personal injury lawyers. Here's some great advice from our sponsor.
Hey there, Brett Warren with Warren & Dillon. I wanted to talk to you today about some of the biggest mistakes you can make when it comes to dealing with insurance companies. I think one of them is giving a recorded statement to the insurance company. The problem is that the insurance companies, they're doing these recorded statements to help their case and to hurt yours. And so they're going to ask some sneaky questions that are designed to hurt your case. One quick example, they'll ask how many feet away you were from the other car when you first noticed them. Nobody really knows the answer to that. But what they're going to do is they're going to say, hey, you should have noticed that other car, and now you're 20% at fault. So do yourself a favor, just don't do it or talk to a lawyer first. Trusted advice, proven results, Warren & Dillon.
Hi, everyone. Welcome to Here for the Health of It. I'm Dr. Randy here with Dr. Tom. As always, thanks for tuning in. We have a great show today. We have Graeme Moore, as requested by you guys on Instagram. He was asking us, how do we hear about him? You guys said you want to hear from him. And he's the owner of the Moore Company and Soda City Rentals. So it sounds like you're all over the real estate space.
Yeah, we have been for about a decade now
in
Columbia. And residential real estate business, do both sales and property management. So we manage rental properties for other people, for investors.
Very
and
cool.
Also sell. Yeah.
Do you love being on MLS all day? Or do you even go on there?
You know, that's a good question. I don't really spend a whole lot of time on MLS. I should. I check it in the morning, and most of your clients, or most of my clients these days, they'll see listings come up before even I do some days. You know, I'm out in the field doing other things, and I'll get a text from a client who's seen something pop up on Zillow, and then I have to go to MLS. And, you know, maybe I shouldn't be admitting that, but I can't just sit on MLS all day.
Right.
And, but you know, it is fun to get in there and poke around and see what's happening in different parts of the market.
And is Zillow and MLS, is that like Facebook versus Snapchat? Or how would you describe it, the differences between them? Because I've always wondered.
So the multiple listing service is a service that realtors belong to. And that's where we go in, we input all the information about any listing that we've got. So if I go list your house, I'm going to go in there and, you know, input how much we're selling it for, how big it is, all the details.
Couple photos.
There you go. And then all of the big websites, Zillow, Realtor.com, all these things that you see online, they grab the information from MLS.
Oh.
So it feeds out from MLS to Zillow. So whatever you see on Zillow is coming from what we in the industry have put into MLS.
Yes, it's like Priceline or Expedia.
There you go. I guess
they take the airfare directly from the air place, and then you can search all the different ones.
Although I don't know why I feel like Expedia and all those guys, you can get different pricing on different websites. It's not like that with real estate. We couldn't do that, you know. $4.99
cheaper on
Zillow,
MLS.
$3.75 on Realtor. I don't think it works like that.
That's cool. And so, all right. So tell us how you got into this world.
All right. So I grew up in a real estate family. My father was in the residential real estate world in Orangeburg. That's where I grew up. It's a little town. I don't know if y'all know.
I have heard of Orangeburg.
Orangeburg, 45 minutes east of here. So grew up around it, but always said I was not going to get back into that. I didn't want to move back to Orangeburg. I just didn't want to do it. I have a degree in broadcast journalism. So I was a TV news reporter for 6 or 7 years right out of college, and got burned out on that and decided, you know, maybe I should go give real estate a shot. And so I did.
Do you think it was your voice or your looks that got you that job? Or both?
You said you like to go. Now I can see.
You never know what direction this is going to go.
No, I needed to know.
You know, I don't know what it was. Maybe a combination of both. But obviously neither was very good because I'm not in it anymore.
6 years is not bad, though.
Yeah, it's, it was fun. It was exhilarating being in your early 20s doing that and thinking about trying to make it to the top, make it to network. But I got burned out and decided to give something else a shot. So that was 12 years ago. And went back and worked for my dad out of Orangeburg for a couple years, and then decided that I wanted to be in Columbia. That's where my whole circle was, and where I wanted to be. So we opened our brokerage there.
That's nice.
10 years ago, next month in September.
Do you remember your first deal?
I do remember my first sale, and it was like a 10-acre tract of property in rural Orangeburg County that sold for maybe 10 grand. My commission was like a couple $100.
Yeah.
But you know what? I worked really hard on it, and I learned a lot, and it's pretty cool to think back on that.
Yeah.
It seems like a lifetime ago, really.
Sweet.
Today's episode is brought to you by our sponsor, Columbia Family Chiropractic, with 3 easy-to-get-to locations, one in Forest Acres, which is by Trader Joe's, one in O'Neill Court by the DMV, and one in the Northeast by Sand Hills. You'll be sure to have somewhere near you. They offer a ton of services from corrective care, on-site digital x-rays, spinal decompression for bulging or herniated discs, dry needling for injuries, pediatric care, and a Class 4 laser. They accept all your major insurances. And if you mention this ad, you'll get a discount on your first appointment. Check out their website at cfc4health.com or Google Columbia Family Chiropractic. That's cfc4health.com.
So how did you develop your brand? So take us back 10 years ago. Were you taking on anything at that point? Did you, even now, are there certain deals where you look at them and you're like, it just doesn't fit who we are, what we're about? Or kind of
Good question. Yeah, at the beginning, you do sort of take anything you can get until you start developing your niche and what you're good at and where you want to be.
Yeah.
Today, no, I'm not taking everything that comes my way. I just can't. And I really like to focus on the in-town, sort of downtown market around the university and Forest Acres, that area. But at the beginning, I don't, it happens so fast. You guys are business owners, so you probably understand this, but you're in that sort of vortex of adrenaline and getting
doing
something,
stupid stuff that you don't realize is stupid. Yeah.
And you think back and you go, oh my God, those are big risks that you were taking, that we were taking as a company, and it paid off. But I think the bottom line, when I looked at the real estate market in Columbia 10 years ago, it all felt very tired. All the brokerages felt tired. The agents felt tired to me, or a lot of them did. The branding was just, everybody was just coasting along. And I felt like we could offer a young, fresh, new perspective. And we were able to recruit some really good agents from other brokerages and put a good team together. And it just worked. I stole my dad's original logo from his company.
Really?
From 1984. So that's my dad's logo. I got to give him credit for that. and
you didn't even
repurposed
freshen it up at all, or?
Maybe not really. We really
Same
didn't.
old,
Maybe the color changed slightly, but it's always been.
You wanted to bring a new look into Columbia and brought the 1984 logo.
Right? Yeah, but it worked.
Yeah.
All right, so Dad's company was the Moore Company back in the 80s, and then he transitioned. He joined up with Century 21 at some point. So that original logo went away until we revamped it.
Oh, I see.
Back in
So he's
2015.
sold. Would you say like sold out?
Did
you
he
give him a
sell
hard
out?
time about that, or is that
No,
like
I mean, it
got
was
gobbled up by the big company?
It was no, I don't think he sold out. It was more of just a partnership with
Yeah.
with one of these national brands.
That's nice.
Is your dad still ripping real estate right now?
No, he's not.
He's out of the
He's
game?
retired. Yeah, he sold his company. I mean, he does some stuff. He got out of residential sales when I was probably 10 or 11, but kept his brokerage. And then he did a lot of different development stuff, commercial deals and whatnot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How did you, I guess, speak to your brand right now? You mentioned like your area that you like is more that Forest Acres, because I see your signs literally everywhere in Forest
good.
Acres, which
All
is
right.
good. But yeah,
Tom's upset. Tom's brings up your signs.
well, my wife
daily.
and my wife sends me your houses on the regular via text message, like your website. So like when a new house comes up on your website, like that's where I see it. I don't see it on Zillow or anywhere else. It's
Really?
through your website.
All
yeah.
right. So you're one of the 200 people on there.
That, well, my
monthly?
wife is, yeah.
All
And
right.
then I'm the
You know, I'm a little embarrassed to admit that we don't really have this focused brand other than just delivering really good service. And I know that sounds cheesy and trite and cliche, and a lot of people say it, but we really do take pride in trying to do a good job for people and understand our market and understand, you know, helping people, I guess, helping sellers understand how important it is to get their house looking right and putting some effort into it before it goes on the market. A lot of agents will just come, sign a listing agreement, throw a sign in the yard, take some pictures, and it looks like, you know, I don't know if we can curse on this podcast, but it doesn't look great. And I think that's what we do differently. We really help people shine their property up before it goes to market.
Nice. And then tell us about building your team. So it starts off as you, right? Or did you start off with anybody else back in the day?
So my partner, Justin, was working for a different real estate firm here in town. And there was a little bit of trouble in Paradise that I heard through the grapevine.
Always in the real estate world,
right?
Yeah.
At that other firm. And there was a really big top producer who worked at that firm with Justin. That's my partner in life and business. And together we started talking to this big producer at the other firm, and over dinner one weekend decided that she would leave her firm that she owned. I mean, she was part owner in this firm, and we would start a new brokerage. And that was Friday night. I'm serious about this. And by Monday, we had filed the paperwork with the licensing board and incorporated our company. She left the company that Tuesday or Wednesday maybe, and by the end of the week, we were up and running out of our house in Rosewood.
No kidding.
So that's how we started. So it was me and Justin and this other agent who's no longer with us. She eventually left the company, but she was a big reason, you know, having someone who was already in the market, ingrained in this area, had a bunch of listings to bring. So all of a sudden we had a bunch of signs out overnight. No one knew who we were, but they did know who she was. And from there, we just were very focused and specific about who we wanted to bring on to the team, and started recruiting from there. We're actually very small compared to most brokerages. We only have a handful of agents. I think maybe 10. All together, plus some support staff, and then the property management side. So we're around 20, I think, top to bottom.
I'm curious about Justin getting her to come with you. What was the recruitment style? Here's another tequila shot, and we want you to
Here's a
hang
George
out.
Washington.
Yeah.
Have you met my friend George?
No. We were at Cola's for dinner, and I'm sure we had a few drinks. She was just ready to go. She wanted something different, and I don't know why she trusted me. She didn't know me from Adam, you know, and Justin was brand new, just licensed, didn't really know him very well, and but took a leap of faith with us, and you know, I don't know, it all worked out. It just worked out.
Yeah, it's
sometimes it does, and you don't know why, but it happened.
With your team now, like if somebody wanted to work with you, anybody in the realty space, how does that work? Like, are you actively always kind of wanting people? Have you capped it? What is?
Yeah, right now I feel like we're at a pretty good spot, but that's not to say that we wouldn't want to bring on other agents.
Right.
You know, all agents are independent contractors, so they work under a brokerage. They're all 1099.
Yeah.
And we have talked to other people over the years and tried to recruit, and we've been told no a handful of times as well. But right now, I feel like we're at a pretty good level. We do have people reach out, people who have just gotten licensed who want to come over, and we're not set up to bring a newbie in and train. You know, we're looking for people who've got a little bit of experience.
Justin's out there trying to scoop up some high performers.
Yeah, I don't know. He did. Listen, got to give it to him on that one.
It's unbelievable. And I look back to your thing about taking risks. Like when we were brand new in this, you know, we've been 15 years now and doing this. But like at the beginning, you're just like, oh, that sounds good. Let's do it. And then you're like, oh,
Try it.
that sounds cool. Let's try it. And I remember a business coach telling me, like, when you're young, for us, it was young in practice, like you just do everything and take all the risks. And that's why you grow so fast. And then you get a little older and you're like, maybe I maybe I'll do 6 months of research before I try this little change in whatever. But I think there's something to be said about being like new and just going for it.
Just taking, it really is scary sometimes to think back what you were doing, but you've got to. I think you've just almost have to put blinders on and just go, and try it. You'll never know unless you try.
Yep.
And just believe in yourself, because at that point, there's no paycheck coming. Like, you don't have a standard weekly paycheck.
Nothing.
It was just, we got to go out and market and sell. And
Yeah, I don't even know how we.
how did you start? I don't know. No, I sometimes think about that too. Like, what happened?
Yeah.
Just lots of debt.
I guess we had saved up a little bit. I was in real estate for 2 years before that, and it was pretty fortunate in the Orangeburg market, and so I had some savings back then. And I will admit, I'm not ashamed of this. My dad did help me with the down payment for the building that we ended up buying on Divine Street. So that was the
building.
one.
Is that where you hang out
Thing
daily?
people help.
Like,
Yeah.
is that you go right in?
I can't do the from home thing.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
not for me.
Yep.
I've got to be around people.
What's it look like in there? I always wondered.
It's cool. I think it's neat. Come by.
Just swing in.
Yeah. I mean, it's like people say that it's cool and sort of got
The
a good
outside
vibe.
looks cool, yeah.
I don't know. It was an old jewelry store, but we gutted it, and a lot of reclaimed wood and copper, and all that.
Oh, Tom loves
I knew there'd
anything
be some
with wood.
reclaimed wood in there.
And okay. I was just thinking when we were renovating it, we were also flipping houses at the time, and we reclaimed some of this old lap siding off of a house in Shandon from the 1920s, and I remember sanding it down by hand in the parking lot.
With no mask on.
None. Literally last week, I was talking to an attorney who sues people for asbestos and lead. And I'm thinking, I'm screwed. I mean, for days I was
Just hammering it.
yeah,
Yep.
But it
all
looks
that
cool
lead,
now.
but it looks good.
Yeah.
Yep.
I'm curious about the real estate market, because you were talking about flipping houses and like renting out and all that stuff. I keep hearing, I hear a couple different things. In the conspiracy world side of it, you hear that BlackRock is buying up all of the residential houses, and they're going to just skyrocket rents. So there's kind of I see a fear mongering side of big private equity corporate America is going to go into all the private real estate because Gen Z's not buying any houses, and then they can skyrocket the rent to whatever they want for as long as they want. And then there's the other side where I was just seeing something where it said there's something like 500,000 more sellers than buyers, and they're worried about the exact opposite happening where there's nobody to buy all these houses.
The simplest way to think of residential real estate is in terms of supply and demand. I mean, that's what it is. And you just mentioned that for a long time, demand outweighed supply. And over the last 18 months, as interest rates have gone up, supply has started to outweigh demand. Mm-hmm. And that's a national trend. But you got to look at each individual area in our market. I think overall, if you just blended the entire market together, Lexington, Richland, Kershaw County, you would see that there's more supply in the last year or two. Mm-hmm. But then you dive into somewhere like Lake Catherine, downtown Columbia. Mm-hmm. If something goes on the market there, we've got 10 offers and people are still paying, $150,000 over ask. Mm-hmm. So it depends on what part of the market you're in. Right. A lot of the more suburban areas of Richland County and Lexington County, housing starts just went crazy, just a lot of new construction, and that's flooded the market. And so I think you are seeing some downward pressure on pricing in some parts of this market. Mm-hmm. Longer days on the market, sellers are having to give a little bit more than they are maybe used to, and sellers are having a difficult time transitioning their mindset right now. They're so used to the COVID boom and naming their price, naming their terms. Yep. And it's not quite as true today in many parts of this market.
Do you have a good way of talking to buyers about interest rates up or down, like just so they can wrap their mind around like higher interest rates, usually you're getting a lower price, but like low interest rates, it feels like the seller can jack it up. And like, how do you communicate people that are concerned about or interest rate changes, high or low? Or do you even think about it?
Well, call my preferred lender, like talk to a lender about, like what your month to month is going to look like. But I don't think we're ever going to see rates go back to where they were in 20 and 21. I mean, it was basically free money for a few years. And yeah, that led to an incredible increase in pricing.
But do you get the people that are like, man, my payment's going to be, whatever, $3,000, but $2,500 is going to interest for the next decade?
Sure. Some people are way more price sensitive than others. I don't usually, to be honest, I don't talk a whole lot about that with people. By the time someone's come to me or we've met, they're pretty set on buying a home.
Yep.
They know what their budget is.
Yep.
They know what they're looking for. They're not coming to me to go, hey, should I buy or should I not? I mean, I think they've made a decision by then. And then in terms of the, how much is going toward interest or principal or whatnot, that's a detail between them and the lender. I know that sounds a little lazy, but it's true. I mean, again, I think when people come, they're ready to buy.
Gotcha. Nice. Tell me about a day in the life with you and Big Justin. Do you guys roll into work together?
Big Justin?
Does he go by Big Justin?
What is Justin bench?
Justin's a lot stronger than I am. Yeah, Justin's. So these days we have 2 kids now, so that's changed. The last 2 years, which is we're sort of the modern family. There, we got a 2-year-old and a 6-month-old. So our days are
you're just grinding.
Yeah, we're in the ditch right now, but it's great. So our 2-year-old just started school 2 weeks ago. He's been out this week with his first ear infection. You know how that goes when you send your kids to school. But so we're
school at 2.
It's like a
daycare.
School.
Is that a daycare?
Yeah, it's like a
or is
little
it like
preschool
school
thing. Yeah,
okay.
it's
but they have to learn.
They have to learn.
Wow.
Be there at 8. Go to 3. That kind of thing.
Whoa.
So we're dealing a lot with the kids. Justin manages the property management side of the business.
Gotcha.
All the accounting. Mm-hmm. He doesn't sell. He's not consumer facing, and I think that's how he prefers it. Mm-hmm. But he does a lot of the business stuff in the background, and so he goes to the gym first thing in the morning.
What kind of workout? What kind of style is he into?
He's bench pressing.
Weights?
Bench pressing.
Is he a bench press guy?
Does a lot of weights.
Where's he go? One Life?
No, he goes to. We go to the same place, and I should know where we go.
You don't know the name, Graeme. This is a lot of pressure on Columbia's hottest podcast.
Hold on.
What street? We can help you. We can help you.
Laurel. It's a
Laurel
CrossFit
Street.
box, but we don't do CrossFit. We work out with Tate Blackman, who's wonderful. Torture by Tate. I don't know if y'all ever heard of it. Torture by
I don't
Tate.
know that.
Yeah, you need
Laurel
to check
Street.
out
What
Torture
is
by
that?
Tate. Yeah. We've worked out with him for years, 6 or 7 years. He just uses a space in that gym.
Nice.
Maybe
Okay.
it's Carolina CrossFit.
Oh, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Great.
Yeah, great spot.
Justin's very dedicated, very regimented. Like he's there 4 or 5 days a week.
Holy cow.
A couple times a week I try to get there if I can.
220. Have you heard all the stuff about bench pressing 225?
No.
It's I don't know. Somehow I got back in that world. I was obsessed with it for a while, but something like less than 1% of the population can bench press 225 in the U.S. And then they said if you extrapolate it out into the world, it's something like 0.001.
Really?
They said you're substantially more likely to have a family net worth or a household net worth of $10 million than to be able to bench press 225.
Really?
That's how rare it is.
Wow.
But it feels, if you're hanging out at the gym, like it feels like everybody can do it. But then when they actually take all the numbers, it's incredibly small.
Yeah.
That's
I
interesting.
can, hey, just so you know, I can do it.
Can you do it? I could probably do like 175,
Yeah.
185 maybe, yeah.
Really?
Maybe back in the day
Just
I could
one
do it.
rep.
Oh, I don't know. I don't know. I don't really.
You could get to 225 quick. If you
I think I
wanted to.
probably was there 5 or 6 years ago. I don't exercise as much as I used to.
Yes.
I need to.
All right, so Justin goes to the gym. You take the kids to school. You're walking into more on Divine.
We don't ride together. You did ask us
Yep.
that. We don't ride together.
Separate cars.
You guys leave at the same time almost, but drive separate? Because I've done that with
Do you
my
think
wife.
anybody cares about my morning
Yeah,
routine
they need
with
it.
Justin?
They need it.
All right, we get up at 6:45,
Wow.
and the kids
Both
get,
at the same time?
Justin's always actually like 6:15 to 6:20.
Yeah.
Early
I'm
alarm
6:45 to 7:15 maybe.
Yep.
And get up, get the kids fed. More recently dressed for school. He usually does the drop off in the morning, and then we have someone who comes in, helps with the little man, the 6-month-old. And when she gets there at 8:30, I go to the gym. Justin's usually already there, and done by 9:30 or 9:45. Home, showered, eat, get to the office around 10:30. Obviously
Computer work.
working,
Yep.
before then.
Couple phone calls.
Yep.
Text.
Text before
Text.
between sets.
How many
Emails.
texts a day you think you're at? Hundy?
Yeah, I guess.
It's a lot.
Got to be more than 100.
You
get
is your-
100 from Justin.
72 of them are Justin. But
I have 1,200 unread right now, but
what?
Yeah,
Wait, not unread.
yeah, unread.
1,200 texts unread.
But you know how you'll get a text and you'll see it, and you don't have to necessarily click into it to
Nope, I'm
clear
not.
it out.
Wait, what's your email look like? See, I'm a proponent of having 1,200 unread emails, but text should be 0.
189,322 unread on my screen right now.
And
tough
missed
to get a
calls.
hold of.
How
I
many
told
missed
you I
call-
was ADD
How many missed
earlier.
calls do you have?
Tough to get a hold of.
26.
26 missed calls. Yeah, that.
You know, that's
That's-
changed in the last year and a half. In sales, you want to answer your phone because you never know what's coming through.
Yeah.
But I've stopped answering most of these cold calls because they're 90%
Yeah.
are spammers.
I gotcha.
And so if you need, text or leave a voicemail.
All right, so then are you driving the community just looking at stuff? Like, is that a part of your world, or is it more behind the desk computer, talking to people, then looking things up?
It's both. I mean, I'm not like just driving the streets looking for, hey, that house looks like
There's Graeme and Lake Catherine again.
and knock on a door.
What are you doing creeping
Yeah.
the neighborhood?
That's a good question. What is a day to day? I mean, like during the busy season, which is spring and summer, we're out showing houses. I've got a wonderful assistant, Mary Grace, who's a childhood friend who's been with me 10 years now, and she's fully licensed, and she helps show clients when I can't be there.
Nice.
And, then we're back at the office, maybe dealing with some issue at the property management company, trying to, sort that out, or I don't know, dealing with something on the sales side. I don't know. There's just always
Any
something
meetings?
to do.
Any like team meetings? Like you do
We
like
don't
a
do
monthly
it.
or
We
quarterly?
don't. I mean, we do, but like not weekly. It's more
Nothing.
monthly.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. Randy just posed for a photo.
Yep.
Just so.
Got Morgan in the background taking some photos.
Just getting after it over there.
All right, so I'm curious about like what's your show routine with a client? Do you go kitchen first? Or is there something where you're mapping out like, all right, this person's a garage guy. I'm gonna hammer the garage for the first 10.
I always want the client to go through the front door to start. I think that's the best. You got
Never a side door back to
Yeah. You don't get the same impression, right?
Well, you see, that's what you could be unique. You go, hey, everybody wants to walk through the front door, but we're gonna go
through the side.
Yeah,
We're gonna
like
go
you
through the
walk
side.
right into the golf simulator room.
Yep. Just tossing it out there, just ideas, but go ahead.
So,
You might know
what is
better.
my showing routine? Maybe. I tell people I don't like to hover. So when we get into a house, I'm going to make sure the lights are on and like
You kind of just walk
you
away. A little.
you look around.
Yeah.
And most people that works for, but there's some people who want. They want the tour.
Randy's
they want
a big
me to.
tour guy. Yeah.
Would you want the tour?
I like being left alone.
Right. You don't want to go into a store and have a salesman hovering over you.
around.
Yeah. Did
And I
you ever go
spent
to
a
Wet
weird-
Ash, by the way? Have y'all-
Wet Ash, yes.
Do you know what I'm talking
Yes.
about?
They're out of business now, probably because of
I mean, they were on you
yeah,
the whole time.
multiple
Yeah.
people too. Like if
awful.
one leaves you, another one kind of creeps.
They really shaped some of my sales philosophy. Wet Ash. Rest in peace. I try not to be like that. And let them look around, and then they'll start hollering questions here and there, and I try to do the best I can to.
Graeme, is this a saltwater pool?
Yeah, Scott, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I'll find out, but I don't know. How do you
Is this
know?
a 1.5 ton
You taste
HVAC
it. You got to
unit?
go out there and go. taste it.
Yeah. Right. There you go. That's one way to
Here's
do
a
it.
little sip. All right. So no real like I'm just thinking if I'm a realtor and we got Graeme Moore and we can get advice from him and he might have a routine that I'm not doing. You know what I mean?
Other realtors?
Like we have a lot of realtors that listen. I mean, not that you want to give out your secret sauce, but
Right.
your move is just let me turn the lights on. Do you throw a fan on? Like a ceiling fan?
If it's hot,
Okay,
maybe,
good
but yeah.
touch. Temperature, like even air conditioning. Are you
That's
looking
important.
At that? That's
I always
massive
tell
for
my
me.
clients, make
Yep.
sure it's cold,
Yep.
cool to cold in the house. I don't want to walk into a hot house in
Yep.
Columbia. You know, so-
Smells.
ugh, yeah.
That's a massive.
like just needs to be neutral
Yeah.
for the most part.
Yep.
The smell factor. I don't know. I mean, I just try
Front
not
door?
to hover and sell.
Yeah.
Like, I don't want to sell any. I'm
Yep.
not there to sell you on this house. I'm just.
You're just like, here, I'm
People are
showing you.
going to know if this is the house for them, if it works for them.
Yep.
I feel like if you just pressure people too much, it just
You're not hitting them with like, oh, look at this sliding door feature here.
I mean, sometimes you want to point out the nice features of a house. I mean, that matters, but I don't know. It's just I think less is more in the sales game. I'm there as a mentor almost to people who are looking for houses.
I like that.
You know?
Okay. All right. Now I notice your signs don't have a face on them, like your face or a body or anything. Like in some realtors go like either just face or they go body.
You're baiting me now. You want me to talk shit about that?
I just want to know your thoughts on it.
My very first card, I'm so embarrassed to say this, had
Shirtless.
tell me
Just you
shirtless.
shirtless bench air squatting, like an overhead squat.
No, it was like waist up, kind of leaning back. You know, the
Leaning
traditional.
against the wall.
It was bad. Yeah. Nobody wants to see my face on a sales sign. I don't think. Right?
I don't
Do you
know.
have one on your building? Your
I
face?
know, but
I see
I'd
your
love
faces
it.
here.
See, I'd love it.
Tom did a no. Tom did
behind
a Tom did a whole billboard with just his face.
Yeah.
for years.
It was a crossword puzzle too. There was a crossword.
Yeah, and it didn't even make sense. It like didn't really make sense.
It
What do you think about realtors with their pictures? I don't want to say too much because I'm sure I've got some
Yeah.
really good dear people in the business who have their face on their card.
I'll tell you what, I kind of like it.
I love it.
Yeah, like say I'm walking through a say I'm in
Why?
well, I guess if I'm in a new city, I like to judge, like I like to get a vibe. So like if I see it, I look at like, oh, they put effort in their hair. I don't know, their fingernails are polished. They're wearing nice earrings. They're whatever. They're leaning backwards against the wall. I think it more catches
I
attention.
get that.
It's
I mean,
like
I
an
get that.
attention grabber, like a face. Like
I'll tell you this about real estate photographs, realtors' photos. They're always 25 years older than they are in the photograph. They're always. You know, you're gonna put your best foot forward, I guess.
oh yeah,
I mean, sometimes they just look completely different, like just different people.
yeah.
I just like the idea of knowing, like sometimes like with an email when people put their photo below it, then I feel like I know who I'm talking
Dealing
to
with?
a little bit more.
Yeah, I get
or
that.
if it was like, say it was like 4 70-year-olds in the photo, I have a feeling of like what they probably have like a lot of experience. I'm probably going to be on the phone with them more than like texting or Instagram DMing them.
Right.
Versus if it's like a 21-year-old female, I'm probably like, all right, she's probably knows all the social media world. My house might be on TikTok or wherever, you know?
She knows the best place to get like a Paloma in the city
Yep.
here.
Well, 21?
Probably.
Yeah.
Started
I like
at
to think
18.
30-year-olds are like
Yeah,
the
you're probably
Paloma
gonna do
experts.
I don't know. Yeah, maybe, but I'm not going to put my picture on.
Not?
We might make a few.
Yeah.
For you.
We'll start handing them
Yeah,
out.
we'll make you brochures. Is it your cell phone on the or do you have a phone number on them?
We have that's the office.
Not that you're going to
line.
answer or respond to a text.
Not true.
Yeah, that goes to your assistant. Anna, is it Anna Grace?
Mary
Grace.
Yeah. Good, strong Southern double
Yeah.
name.
Yeah.
So you have an
no,
office.
it's an office line. Yeah, and then the agent, whoever the agent is for that listing, has their cell phone on there as well.
attached to it.
Yeah.
Okay. And none of your agents have photos on the signs, correct? Just
Yeah.
to be
It's a
clear.
rule.
Sure.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You got pushback on that for sure.
No, I really
You know?
didn't.
Oh.
We may have had one agent in the past. You know, there's like a little rider on top of a sign. So you have
Yep.
the main sign and the agent's name. And I think back in the day, there was one person who maybe had their
Yeah.
picture on the rider.
Do you have a sign guy or gal that puts them
Yes.
in? You do. Tell us about
Dean
that.
Guess is
Mean Dean?
Mean Dean.
Is he do it for anybody else or
No.
Just you. You got.
See, I want a photo of Dean because I don't like.
See, I
I
got
have
a
a hard time knowing what to expect
All right,
from
here,
Dean.
let me
I'd like
find
to
Dean.
see what Dean looks like.
Dean
too.
is the best.
And I'd like to know what tools he's using because some of them you gotta think they're not easy to get in.
No, because the ground can be really hard. It's a whole process he's got. You keep talking about our signs. That was a big part of our
Yeah.
branding image at the beginning. We wanted to stand out, and so we did a 4x4 cedar post with the little
Yep.
copper topper, and it stands out. I'm trying to pull up Dean Guess here.
Dean. Are you guys Instagram
Is he
friends?
on Instagram?
This is not him. That's his profile picture.
Oh, he's got a black dog with
Some sort of black
multiple
dog.
necklaces.
Yeah. Come on, Dean. No pictures. He's a great guy. He's old, retired. He's married to Betty, who is a wonderful baker,
Dean
and
and
Betty
Betty.
brings us goodies regularly. And he's just a
All
good
right.
guy.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. How many listings do you like keep in with your own personal? I guess I don't even like. How many at a time are you managing? Just you personally, not the team.
5 to 8 at
5
any
to
given time. Last year, I think I did 53 transactions. And it was split pretty evenly between sellers and buyers. So, I don't know, 25, 26 listings in a year.
Nice. And then like photos are big. And I've seen this on, I think it was Zillow, where they're doing now, they're putting a dot on the floor plan of where the photo angle's coming from. Have you seen that? It's pretty sweet. So like if Morgan's taking photos there'd be a dot in the room right there. So it'd be like you were standing there so you could see. Because sometimes
cool.
when you're in
Yeah.
like a hallway or kit, you don't know what you're looking at
Hard
or
to
what
have a good
direction.
frame of reference
It was-
where you are in the house.
So photographs, what are you guys doing there? Do you do drone stuff? Do you do anything?
We used to do a lot of video walkthroughs 7, 8 years ago, and then the market went crazy, and you could like draw a picture of the house and
Yeah.
put it up, and it would sell.
Yep.
So we did less video during the boom.
Yep.
But we're maybe getting back to some of that more. And people's attention spans too are so quick. You got to grab them, or they're so short. You got to grab them quick. And so Sally in our office is wonderful. She handles a lot of our social media and helps us with reels and whatnot. But we outsource a lot of the photography piece of it. There's a guy in town who shoots a lot of real estate listings for a lot of different people. His name's Chuck Holden.
Are you a TikTok guy? Like, are you doing the realtor stuff where you're jumping over houses and walking towards the camera and dancing?
I think people know I can walk okay. No, I don't do any of that. I don't do. I saw a really funny video the other day. I'll share it with you when we leave. No, I mean, I feel like I'm glad you bring that up.
Yeah.
What do y'all think about it?
I think what's happening is they're trying to get attention and stand out, which I get that. Sometimes it's a bit much, like just overall. I'm not on, I get them when they come to Instagram because I don't, but some of the things I just found out about, like I've been hearing everybody say crash out recently. And I'm like, what's
that mean?
I guess it's like a immediate panic attack or like you just
Crash
out. Like I saw it on television. I'm hearing some of the staff
like
say,
something so incredible that you just crash out.
Yeah. And there's like these things that are happening so quick in TikTok world that by the time I think they get to even Instagram world, I'm like, what's happening here?
I don't know. I think it's just cheesy, and I think it's very self-serving, and I don't think it positions an agent very well, in my opinion. I think people think it looks a little foolish, and maybe I'm becoming a dinosaur by saying this.
You're getting old, yeah.
And maybe I am, but I want my clients to
Take you serious.
take me a little more seriously. And I still do a lot of video and a lot of content, but I'm not dancing, and I'm
If
not.
they want you to, you might. Like if a client comes to you, it's like, hey, love to see you quick.
maybe
Let me play a little
10
tune.
years ago, but these days I can.
It's fun. Well, the chiropractic world's kind of going through that right now too, where there's all these people doing these like fake crack videos, and it's like people watch them like crazy. But like even some of the guys I know them, and I'm like, it doesn't sound like that. You're not really doing that with any, or if you are doing it, it's not because it's the best way to do that. It's just because it's the one that gets the most views.
Same in the real estate world. I mean, I don't know. good on them for getting attention, on their listings and on their product that they're trying to sell for their sellers. And I mean, some of it works, but a lot of it's just super cheesy.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yep.
Maybe I should do more of it. I just don't.
Little TikToks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I did some of these like head on, story time
Yep.
deals, like 45 to 60 seconds. And then I'll do I never walk in the videos.
You're not moving.
I'm not moving. I'm not coming from the front door to the end of the driveway. I'm static for the most part.
Yeah.
Although now, God, people are going to go to my social and they'll see
they're
the
gonna
last one I did
You were walking.
slightly. Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Yep.
Anyway, I don't know.
What about the real estate investor world? Is there some studs out there that we don't know about? Just cranking stuff?
Local studs or
yeah.
what?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Well,
locals.
I always think like some of the big investors, you don't even know who they are, and they're just flipping houses.
Well, you
and
mentioned some
scooping
of the
stuff up.
institutional guys like BlackRock and whatnot. There is a lot of institutional money in the market buying up lots of suburban housing. You don't
Is that
see
true? I didn't know if that was true or
it's
not.
True. One of our property managers that we just hired worked for one of those companies that owned hundreds of houses in this market.
Wow.
So yeah, that's happening. And there are a lot of people who, single unit investors, they have one or two houses. It seems like a lot of people want to do it. But I don't. It's not always as glamorous. I feel like as people think. Hey, I'm going to go buy a rental property and just have this extra cash flow. It's really hard actually in South Carolina to make a rental property cash flow if you've got debt on it. Meaning if you have to take a mortgage out on it,
Because the taxes eat you alive.
eat you alive, and factor in some sort of vacancy and a management fee if you're going to hire a management company, and it just doesn't always work out in that sense. So I tell people, look, this is not a quick cash flow deal. This is going to be something that you buy and hold for a while. You let someone else pay it off. If you're breaking even, I think you're doing very well at the end of a year.
Right.
And sell it 10 to 15 years from now.
I like that.
Cash in.
What about areas that you think are up and coming? Because I've pictured
Columbia.
downtown expanding over time.
West
West
Columbia.
Columbia feels
That's
hot.
a spot.
West
What
Columbia
about
and Casey.
Elgin though, out this way? Is that like is it going to move this? I know like things moved to Lexington that way. Is anything moving to Elgin area northeast?
I mean, I hate to say this. I don't want to like alienate people,
no.
right? But like just traditionally over the last decade, in terms of what I have seen, the energy has left the northeast corridor and has gone toward downtown and west out into Lexington. And it's all driven largely, in my opinion, by schools. The schools have just not performed as well in this market. And things evened out a little bit during the boom, 2021, 22. Everything was selling. It didn't matter where you were. But now that that's over, things are starting to settle back into the typical patterns that I saw before COVID, and that is things take a little bit longer to sell out here, and you don't get quite as much for your money.
I saw something. I live in Wildwood, and there was a house that, and it might have been you guys, like over $3 million. I was like,
That was my listing.
was it?
Yeah.
I was like, in Wildwood, there's a $3 million plus house.
It sold for 2.8, maybe. I think we just closed it a couple weeks
That's
ago.
wild, right?
Wow.
Wild.
In
Wildwood.
Wildwood.
Yeah.
Things do.
Yeah. So, all right, that property is a really unique property.
Yep.
It was on 8 acres.
You brought him in the side door.
No, the front door. 7,500 square feet. It was big. The guy who originally built the house was the original developer of Wildwood.
The whole area.
The whole area. Yeah.
Oh,
He was
wow.
the developer back, I don't know when that was, 70s,
So pick
80s.
the primo spot.
Yeah, picked a primo spot, and then it was gutted by the chief executive of Blue Cross Blue Shield maybe 10 years ago.
Whoa.
They sold it maybe 4 years ago. That's when I entered the picture. My buyers 4 years ago bought the property.
Yep.
And then they left town, a few weeks ago. They had a job change or whatever, so we relisted it. But yeah, it sold. I didn't expect it to go quickly, but we had multiple offers on it.
That's
and,
amazing. I mean, I love
It's a
that.
beautiful property. Yeah.
Yeah.
Really cool property. One of the coolest I've ever been in.
So that's what I mean. That's the type of stuff my wife's sending me, where it's like, look at this. I'm like, okay. And so it's probably on your site.
Maybe. Who's your wife, by the way?
Megan Stetson?
Okay. We might be friends on
If you look in the analytics of your website, she's your number one person, apparently.
Well, good. Where do y'all Wildwood, where are you?
I live in the Woodlands,
Yeah.
but I like Spring Valley a lot.
Okay. What do you like about Spring Valley?
I like the security. Like when we would go there and look at houses there, it was like the security guy would be on us and be like, "Hey, I just noticed that you guys slowed down a little bit." And I'm like, just looking at that house, he's like, "Yeah, you just got to keep going the same speed the whole time." I'm like, okay. But I love their golf course. They have like the nicest greens in Columbia.
All right.
He's a big safety guy.
I do like safety.
When he flies on airplanes, he wears helmets and elbow pads.
No. But I do think like if you're under 18 and you're riding a bicycle, you should have a helmet on.
Do you ride bikes?
Yeah. I used to a lot, not so much anymore. Although, I mean, when the weather's good outside,
You throw are you a helmet guy?
No,
or-
well, maybe not you, but you have
I
kids.
do wear a helmet.
You
You are a helmet guy?
Yes.
Well, how
Listen,
fast are you going? Are you
Exactly.
like if you're
no,
cruising,
you can't just.
It doesn't
a
matter.
helmet is
No one's paying attention to cyclists these days.
Thank you. That's what I've been saying 1,000%.
Yeah.
It's not you.
And now that I've got a little
trust
boy
you to
on
bike.
the back,
Yeah.
like I want to.
You got to lead by example.
Yeah, you got to be a leader, and so we both helmet up, and yeah, you feel like a little bit of a nerd throwing on the helmet, but
I
you know
feel
what?
fine.
I wouldn't feel so much like a nerd if I fell off and hit my head.
Right.
Exactly.
That's what he thinks about.
Right.
It's like seatbelt. Like I think a seatbelt in a car, you should just wear it at all times.
Yeah.
There's no reason not to.
Yeah. Randy's soft on.
Can I get another water?
Oh yeah.
Are we about done?
No, we're not done yet. I got a couple more. You know that about me. Do we?
No,
did
we
you-
have 5. We have 5 more minutes.
They're up in the closet.
All right.
Um.
Oh, well, I can probably.
And Tom's got a couple weird ones that he wants.
Well, no.
Oh.
I want to talk about. So you start off selling and buying or selling houses, then you transition into developing a little bit. Like, what did that look like? Why did you go? Like, how did your company evolve to do some of the other stuff that you're doing?
Yeah, we started off
That felt
strictly.
did that feel sophisticated? how
I
asked that?
don't know.
Or no?
I thought it felt a little like
Good.
long-winded.
Oh,
I'll try not to.
I
be
thought
so
it sounded
long.
good.
Yeah, we started off strictly in sales, helping people buy and sell.
Mm-hmm.
And then we added on the property management arm of things maybe 5 or 6 years ago out of necessity because we would have investors who would buy investment property and then they didn't have anybody to manage it. So we started managing it. And that has grown into what it is, a separate brand, Soda City Rentals. And then personally on the side, I just do a little bit of development work. So it's not really under our umbrella. It's more just a
Your personal stuff.
personal stuff. Yeah.
Is there any buildings that you've done that maybe people know about?
No. I don't think so. I mean, I told you we used to flip houses, but beyond that, we like student rental stuff. I've built some like duplexes and triplexes for student rental. Not triplexes, mainly duplexes. We're working on something right now that's the biggest thing that I've ever done. It's a 15 unit townhome development down in Rosewood. Yeah. And we're targeting hopefully students. We want USC students to live there. So we're broke ground 2 weeks ago, and hopefully we'll be vertical here shortly.
So you're going ground up.
Yeah.
Did you knock something down or was it land?
We knocked something down behind Baseline Fitness. I don't know. Do you know
Yeah.
Baseline?
We've been to Baseline.
Oh, yeah.
So he's in this warehouse. It's the old rundown warehouse that abuts his property.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so we bought that, tearing it down.
That needed
He's
to
going to
go.
love that.
Yeah.
Well, why does he? We told him that. Why do you have barbed wire around your building?
It's a good question.
I was like,
I don't
this
know.
is sketchy.
Maybe the property owner's got some stuff in the other part of the building. I don't know. But that whole area right there is coming along, I
primetime
think.
student
Yeah.
stuff. Yeah, I guess I wondered where students are living. We were hoping West
Everywhere.
Columbia. Yeah.
Everywhere. Yeah, there's some in West Columbia, but mostly, I mean, the kids who want to be off campus, I feel like are in the immediate vicinity around the university, which would include some of that Rosewood area.
Any formulas that you want to tell us about for how you evaluate stuff that you're going to personally buy? Like this, even this project, what did you do? You were like, all right, there's a warehouse for sale.
It wasn't for sale.
Oh,
So I took sorry, Tate. I took a quick hiatus from Tate just because of scheduling stuff, really. And I had a friend working out with Matt at Baseline. So I was there, and his roll-up door was up, and I'm like,
Tate's gonna be furious. Did Tate know?
but is
are you
Tate-
just telling Tate right now?
But Matt's dent. Like we told, have you felt Matt's arms or just his body?
no,
Not at all.
He's thick.
he is
so
yeah,
thick.
yeah. He's a
I mean,
good-
you try,
he's a
I'd say
great
you
guy.
try-
Matt is
great guy.
a phenomenal guy.
He cares so much about other people.
He does.
Like he starts when he was on here, he was like thinking about the people that he's helped and like tears and the whole thing.
Oh.
Just like
Good guy.
wants to help people so bad.
Yeah, he's a good dude.
So you start working out with Matt.
Which I'm surprised
Or
he didn't have you
somebody over
bench.
there.
Sorry, I got excited about Matt for a
We
second.
did. I mean, it's not like I don't bench press,
Yeah.
but I'm also like I'm not trying to.
That's all he does.
Yeah.
He starts his day with bench press and bicep curls.
By the
in
next
mirror.
time I see y'all, hopefully I'll be up
all right.
to do 25.
We're gonna test you. Yeah, we're gonna show up with Tate. A clipboard.
Surprise, Tate's actually coming in the door right now.
I hope not. Anyway, all right, yeah. So we were there. I was doing some extra, looking out of Matt's door, and I see this building. And anyway, long story short, we approached the owner of the building, and they sold it to us. It was off market.
That's awesome.
You know, how do I evaluate what we look at? Well, you have to look at the numbers, right? So how much does the dirt cost? How much will it cost us? I mean, it's real easy. How much will it cost us to build what we want? First, what can we build here? What does the site support? You know, how much density can you get on this site while still trying to be a responsible developer? You know, you don't want to pack it in too much and be a nuisance to the neighborhood. And then what can we get in rent? And how much will it cost
To get
a month for us to carry it? And does it make sense? And I hope, but we think it makes sense. Yeah.
But are you building in like 10, 15%, 20% of it's going to go more than you think kind of thing, or what?
So yeah, you're always looking at the pro forma. You know, you want to be as conservative as possible. Like, what's the worst case scenario that could happen here? You know, we have a big downturn in the economy, and we owe X amount of dollars each month on our mortgage. And what if we can't get the rents to cover that? You know, what is that? So the bank, the underwriters, they stress the model to the max, you know, and hopefully we perform better than what the most conservative estimate is.
Nice. And then a couple more AI. Do you use any like virtual assistants, AI, any of that stuff?
We don't. I mean, Chat GPT, like everyone else, I have started using that to help, you know, like write policies and stuff for the office, and even with some contract stuff. If I've got this unique situation I need help with in terms of drafting an addendum or something like that, it has been helpful.
Any go-to mortgage lenders you like, or attorneys?
There's only one closing attorney that I love. I mean, I like a lot of them, but only one that I really use and refer to. It's Mark Thomas.
I knew you were gonna say that. Yeah,
he's
just the go-to. So
it's just a machine. His whole office is they're fast.
it's like an assembly line. It just
You're in and
whack it
out in
stack
30
it.
minutes on a
Yeah.
closing. Go somewhere else, it's an hour and a half.
Then you
Yeah.
get Tastiest Fit smoothie right
There you
after.
go. Yeah, you know it. Yeah, so Mark Thomas, and then my go-to lender is Danny Buckner,
DB.
DB.
Yeah.
Do you know Danny?
Yeah, Hannah and Danny.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Dude, his lawn-
Hannah's been, it's
been on
crazy. The lawn is nuts.
I DM him probably once a month or so when he posts some photos, and I just say like,
Of
"Can
what?
I?"
His lawn?
Yeah,
It's incredible.
Oh,
It's like golf course.
Yeah, golf course type.
oh really?
I said I want to bring a lawn chair and just watch you.
He's a psycho about it. But he told me this year his secret
Did he like
was that
that?
he's,
Was he
loved it.
like, yeah.
Oh yeah, he
he
loves.
loves the compliments
Yeah.
about his.
Yeah, I bet you could mess with him by saying like, "Here, got a little brown spot over there."
Driving him crazy. But he totally just scalped the grass this year. I mean, he said you want to try to kill it. when
Which
it
is
first,
wild, yeah.
Yeah. Works.
There's a lot that goes into that stuff. When they sand it and they do all this stuff, I'm like, man, that's
I just wish
It
I had
looks like
time for stuff like that.
yeah.
It's like
well, and it just looks like shit for a while too. Like
Yeah.
as much as it turns out nice, like you got a time period where it's like your yard looks like hell.
And you can't take a week off or you're screwed.
Yeah.
Like
Randy can't grow grass for shit.
no, I have pretty good grass now.
No, you
but
do?
it took me 4 years.
I obsess over my grass too.
I came from Canada where you just throw out seed and it all grows
Yeah,
perfectly. And then I came
beautiful.
here and I'm like, what is happening? Like, well, you
Hot
want to
weather
choose
grasses.
between 19 different types of grass, and then you have to test the soil. Then you have to water it a million times. Then everybody's spraying chemicals everywhere all the time. What is happening here?
I do. Yeah. Anyway.
All right, my last thing is just any property management stories. Part 1, like anything that you guys have had where you're just like, shit, we got to deal with this chaos at this property. And then 2,
All the time.
yeah,
all
that's
the
where I
time.
think it's
It's problem management is what we call
Right.
it. You know.
and then part 2 of that. Do you guys take on more clients? Like if people had rentals, they could come to you and be like, "Hey, would you guys property manage?"
Yeah, I mean, that's what we want to do.
all right,
We want to
yeah.
grow the business.
I didn't know if it was like they had to be a part of, or like you had to buy yourself.
Like, no, it's a completely different. I mean,
Separate deal.
It's a separate business. Yeah. So most of the people who we manage for, we didn't help them buy or sell. They just came to us through different avenues. But yeah, so anyone out there who's got investment property, we'd love to look at it.
Sweet.
Yeah, I mean, there are a million horror stories. Just, we've had people like squatters. You know, we've had vacant property that we've been marketing and go out there, and people have moved in. You know, and we were on live PD, one of our properties, was on live PD last year. You know, I mean, it's just crazy thing. It's just the fraud out there. You've got to be so careful. People out there listening who are going to be renting property, you just have to be extra vigilant. Never send anyone money. Like just don't do it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Go see someone in person. That's the only, you know, if you're dealing with a landlord or someone looking at property.
We had someone. Should I tell the fridge story?
Oh, yeah.
We had someone in. So we had this duplex that the one tenant was leaving, and it was a whole thing. Like you got to take care of your place and you got to do all this, otherwise you can't be. Anyways, the day that she was leaving, the next door tenant was gone. He was at his mom's house or somewhere. He comes home and his fridge was stolen out of his place. Nothing else gone except for the fridge. And they took out like a couple it was like there was like a ketchup and a relish that was taken out and put on the counter. All the rest of the food was there and just the fridge taken.
What?
Didn't even
This
make,
is your, do you?
This is our, yeah. Like
our-
we were asking her, like, are you sure that that's what happened? She's like, I just went and inspected the whole house. It's just the fridge missing.
They have a camera? Did you find out who stole
No
it?
clue to this day. She's like,
So
what do
y'all
you
own a duplex together?
We got a
How
couple-
many do
we
you?
got a
Yeah, what do
bunch.
you? All right, you got a bunch.
that's
Who
why-
manages your property?
Maybe Soda City Rentals.
Yeah, maybe.
I love. Well,
we have
Kaylin Fowler,
Yeah,
and she's been
I know
she's been
Kaylin.
awesome. Yeah, she's
great.
Are
yeah.
you allowed to do cameras? Like, what is the rules on cameras?
Nothing inside. You
Just
know,
exterior, you could.
I think you probably could have some, but I've always heard that you don't want to have cameras on your property for liability reasons. You know,
Right. Then you'd
just-
know. Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, I don't even want to know what happened to that fridge.
Yeah.
Where was it? What property? Where do y'all own?
Lorick? It's like you're right across from a school. Lorick Avenue.
We had a fridge go missing one time.
At Lorick?
During not at Lorick. I think in Olympia somewhere. And during the turn season, I think one of our vendors hauled it off. Yeah. Crazy. I feel like I'm giving y'all nothing.
Someone got a
at all.
snake. One time there was a snake under a fridge.
Oh,
I was like, don't call me about that. Just
Is there any advice you want? Like, is there anything that comes to mind where you're like, let me give a couple nuggets before we end? I mean, you don't need to. I feel like we got a lot of good stuff.
I don't think I gave.
he just gave
I don't think I gave anything. Yeah, at all. I don't know. We covered a lot.
Yeah,
Thank you
people
for
are-
having me.
So
How do
when
we-
people flood to you,
Yeah, how do we
How you
help
gonna
you?
handle
How do we? What do you want people to come property management? You want
Yep.
them to
Yep.
send
if
you
you're
a
thinking
text
about
message?
selling, or send me a text message. I will get it. Yeah. Check us out on Instagram. Maybe we're on TikTok, but I think mainly Instagram. Yeah, is where we are.
Sweet. Thanks for being on here.
my
Thank
wife's
you.
gonna want
Appreciate
your
it.
autograph too, probably. So at some point. So if we pop in,
Sign
Tell
photo.
everybody that.
yeah, if we pop in, we'll.
Yeah, and stop by the office one day. Thank you all. This is
Yep.
great.
Here
we're here for the health of it.
For the health of it.